Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup where we discuss all of my controversial views and opinions to open discussion in the comments down below. Real Madrid has been drawn in the Champions League. It's not going to be a beautiful away trip to Portugal, it's not going to be an away trip to Benfica, it's going to be Madrid, a team that we haven't beat probably since the 4-0 when we beat them in 2009. Torres and Gerrard just had an absolute masterclass that game. Really beautiful game of football, but I believe since we've lost to them in the Champions League back in 2014, we've also lost to them in the knockout stages in the COVID season, not to mention the two finals that we've also lost to Real Madrid in recent times. So this is not really a good game on paper, and we should be terrified because when you think, so what are Tottenham to us? We're their superior. That's why we beat them every time we play them. Same goes for Everton, and same goes for a few other teams, that when they play Liverpool, they have that inferior complex because that's just how it is. That's, you think about the wildlife, you think about lions and other shit like buffaloes, and you know what I mean? There's a hierarchy, and we're like top 3, top 4, whereas Real Madrid, they are the top dog, they are the king of the jungle, they are the lion that I so speak of. So am I confident of this fixture? Because it's the round of 16, and let's be honest, Liverpool fans, we're not, even if we end up getting top 4, which would be absolutely marvellous and a miracle in itself, that would be amazing, but it's not an exciting season. I don't get absolute goosebumps off a top 4 now, unless Alisson scoring goals against West Brom, then it adds a little bit of excitement. On the other hand, though, it's a top 4 race. It's not for a trophy. The only chance, really, of an exciting season is the longer we're in the Champions League. The second we get knocked out of the Champions League, it's all top 4, and that's where the atmosphere goes a little bit lower. That's where the motivation, the drive, the ambition goes lower. So I don't want to be in a position where we get knocked out of the Champions League. Therefore, Real Madrid are probably the worst case, but guys, I'm all for it, baby. This is the biggest game of the season, or will be, because the matches play in February, will be the biggest game of the season by an absolute country mile. Could be the biggest game of our whole Champions League run. And you know all those naysayers who were saying, oh, you got an easy run last season, even though apparently we had the group of death, but just because we got a few favourable teams in the knockout stages, apparently it's still weren't creditable to beat them. However, now we've got that chance to be able to beat a massive team, a team that's got one over on us in many years gone by. Imagine beating the Champions League winners in the round of 16 when they beat you in the Champions League final. I don't want to go back to the Mohamed Salah revenge thing, but really it's on the cards. If we are opportunists, if our team is opportunistic, we will look at this game as a massive opportunity to go and get that revenge, because if we beat Real Madrid, that's not just beating Real Madrid in your round to the quarterfinals, that's a huge confidence booster in terms of your ability and what you can and can't achieve. Now, Real Madrid, I haven't watched much of them this season. I assume they're going to be top 2 in La Liga, and in the few games that I've saw in the Champions League, they've looked solid as well. We know Vinicius Jr. is great, we know they've got a great amount of options in midfield, and we know that they've got a solid backline. Eder Militao must be one of the most underrated centre-backs in world football, because anytime I see him play, he's monstrous, he's creative, not to mention they've got Rudiger now, Courtois, all these players who are winners, they do what they need to. Rudiger won the Champions League with Chelsea, then you've got all the other players who are just used to winning Champions Leagues. This is a really interesting game, and I want to know what you think. And to everyone watching this video, I want to know, do you think Liverpool will beat Real Madrid? Now, based on will, you're probably going to say no. If you had to bet all the money in your bank account, will Liverpool beat Real Madrid? You're probably not going to take that risk, because that's a very risky risk if you want to take it. However, the one thing that I will say is that Real Madrid are beatable. They've always been beatable. You can beat them over 2 legs, especially, just no one was able to do it. Just because it hasn't been done in recent times doesn't mean it's not achievable. Every big dog comes to an end. As Erik ten Hag would say, all eras come to an end, and Real Madrid's definitely isn't ending. But can you beat them on a one-off day? For sure. Can you end the streak of them annihilating us every time they play us? For sure. And again, we've beat them before in recent times with a team that was worse than theirs back then. Imagine now we can still do it with the players that we've got. Energy, I'm worried, because they've got, Tchouaméni, they've got Camavinga. That's going to be able to outrun our midfield no matter who we play on the day. And they've also done better at building a younger squad. But if we can just capitalise on those moments of brilliance that we had in the final and actually get it in the back of the net, we can definitely do one over Real Madrid. And I think the difference between this knockout stage and the last time we played them, I hate to be a broken record, but the fans, I think that's a huge factor. Champions League night, Anfield. I don't know the way round that the fixtures are. I pray to God, I should have checked this, I pray to God the second one's the home game. Because if that's the case, we need to batter them in the first leg if we're at Anfield. If we're in the second leg, I really do feel we can win this. The way I predict it is that we're going to win and draw. So we'll draw at their place, we'll beat them at our place. That's what I'm praying for. But there's also a huge opportunity that they could beat us at their place. So I don't know, chat. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. But we have drawn Real Madrid in the Champions League round of 16, and I don't think it's bad news. I don't think it's bad news, chat. It's an exciting game. It's a big game. It's one we can all look forward to. And if we do get knocked out, oh wow, we got knocked out by the Champions League winners. At least that we're in fucking Porto, which would have been very, very, very underwhelming. Let's go out. If we are going to go out, let's go out in style. And if we are going to go through, let's do that in style too. Anyway, thank you very much for watching James Redmond TV. If you liked it, and only if you liked it, smash a like. If you didn't like it, hit a dislike and tell me in the comments down below why you didn't like the video, and whether that's just because of me, the video itself, the flag in the background, whatever you so please. I am all open for it, baby. But Redmond's Army, I love every single one of yous. That's been today's Redmond Roundup, and today or tomorrow we should have a match reaction with the one and only Expressiones, so keep an eye on the channel. I will see you all in a bit. Peace!